Please pass me the cartons. Are you reading sequence, verse? Morning, Bhagavatam reading, is any sequence? Or?
It's first canto, man.
You are in the first canto?
Yeah, first canto.
We are in the first canto, 17th chapter.
Okay, bring that book. I can, maybe it's there. And those 5 books could be. Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Kunja Jaya We are going to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 18, text 8. Maharaj Parikshit Karishpani Brahmana Bhole. Text 8. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Kim nu baleshu shurena. Kim nu baleshu shurena. Kalina dhira viruna. Kalina dhira viruna. Apramata pramateshu. Apramata pramateshu. Yobrikondrishu vartate. Yobrikondrishu vartate. Kim nu baleshu shurena. Kim nu baleshu shurena. Kalina dhira viruna. Kalina dhira viruna. Apramata pramateshu. Apramata pramateshu. Yobrikondrishu vartate. Yobrikondrishu vartate. This time. Kim nu baleshu shurena. Kim nu baleshu shurena. Kalina dhira viruna. Kalina dhira viruna. Apramata pramateshu. Apramata pramateshu. Yobrikondrishu vartate. Yobrikondrishu vartate. Kim nu baleshu shurena. Kim nu baleshu shurena. Kalina dhira viruna. Kalina dhira viruna. Apramata pramateshu. Apramata pramateshu. Yobrikondrishu vartate. Yobrikondrishu vartate. You wanna chant? No? Why not? Try. Easy. Kim nu baleshu shurena. Kalina dhira viruna. Apramata pramateshu. Yobrikondrishu vartate. Very good, very good. Please repeat. Kim what nu may be. Baleshu among the less intelligent persons. Shurena by the powerful. Kalina by the personality of Kali. Dhira self-control. Viruna by one who is afraid of. Apramata one who is careful. Pramateshu among the careless. Ya one who. Brika tiger. Rishu among men. Vartate exist. Translation. Maharaj Parikshit considered that less intelligent men might find the personality to be very powerful, but those who are self-controlled will have nothing to fear. The king was powerful like a tiger and took care for the foolish, careless person. Purport. Those who are not devotees of the Lord are careless and unintelligent. Unless one is truly intelligent, one cannot be a devotee of the Lord. Those who are not devotees of the Lord fall prey to the actions of Kali. It will not be possible to bring about a sane or conditioned society unless we are prepared to accept the modes of action adopted by Maharaj Parikshit, which means propagation of the devotional service of the Lord to the common man. Om Agyanatimirandasya Yananjana Salakaya Chakshurumilitanyana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master Srila Prabhupada opened my eyes to the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble respect and obeisance to him. Namashreshtam Manumapi Sachiputra Matra Swarupam Rupam Tasyagrajam Mudupurim Mathurim Vishtavatim Radha Kunda Gadivanam Ahoradhika Madhamasam Pratyasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Gurum Tanatosmi. So Maharaj Parikshit, he was very compassionate toward the less intelligent people of his time, because Kali Yuga already started. So Kali Yuga is very powerful indeed, but devotees of the Lord are not afraid of Kali because they are self-controlled. Suppose it is raining and you have to go out. You have to get wet? No, take an umbrella. You will not get wet. The same way, HH Bhakti is there, yes. Take the umbrella of holy name, of religious life, sinless life. Then you are protected. You nothing have to fear of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga means, because Maharaj Parikshit, he gave Kali, Kali surrendered to him. He was going to kill him actually, because he was beating a cow. So that was very religious. So he took a sword but he fell at his feet, asking forgiveness. And according to Shastra, a surrendered person you can't kill, you have to forgive, because surrender. So, and Kali said, I'm also part of your citizen now, and you have to give me a place where can I stay. So, Maharaj Parikshit, you can stay in any of these 4 places, where there is animal killing, where there is intoxication, where there is gambling, and where there is illicit sex. In those places you can stay. But Maharaj Parikshit was such a strict king, those things, although Kali is already started, those things didn't happen in his kingdom. Because he was overseeing everything, instructing the citizen, helping them spiritually, so they will not fall to this bad habits, sinful activity. So Kali was very clever. He said, can you please me one more place beside this 4? One more place. And then King Parikshit said, okay, you can stay where there is a lot of gold. You can stay where there is gold. Because there is gold, no Krishna conscience, there is corruption. It's a fact. So, and you know what Kali did? He entered the crown of Maharaj Parikshit. Now, one day Maharaj Parikshit, because the crown was made of gold, king, they used to have a golden crown. So, one day King Parikshit went to the forest, and he was thirsty. He went to the ashram of one Muni, one sage, to ask for water. He was very thirsty. But the sage, he was in trance and meditation. So he was trying, please give me water, So, but he was in trance, he could not hear him. So Kali was trying to influence Maharaj Parikshit, kill him, he's offending you. Of course, Maharaj Parikshit didn't get influenced by Kali. He was a pure devotee. But okay, at least put a dead snake around his neck. Okay, that doesn't harm him, doesn't do any harm to the sick. So he did that. And then, you know what happened? The son of the rishi was a teenager, And to show off in front of his teenager friend his power as a Brahmana, he touched the water. Oh, this Kshatriya king, he offended my father by putting a dead snake around his neck. I'm gonna curse him to die in 7 days by the bite of a snake. Oh. I mean, imagine was not a small offense, not big offense. You don't deserve to die for something like that. But the teenager was proud of his being the son of a Brahmana. So that was the starting of the Brahmanas fall down in Kali Yuga by Shringi, cursing a pure devotee, Maharaj Parikshit. That was the beginning. The Brahmana lost their Brahma Teja, their power to curse or bless. They lost the power by this action, by Shringi. So this way, Kali entered through this boy. When the father came out of trance and found his son crying, he said, "What happened?" He told him everything. "Oh, my son, you did something very horrible. Very horrible. You should not have cursed such a pure devotee king, for a small thing, not important." Anyway, so the rishi went to tell Maharaj Parikshit about it. Maharaj Parikshit came to his palace, he took off his crown, then he realized what happened. And he knew, oh, reaction must come. Reaction because of this, my misbehavior, something must come. So when the rishi came and told him, he was not that surprised. And the rishi offered to counteract the curse. Even Maharaj Parikshit himself had the power to counteract this curse, being a great devotee of the Lord, but he understood this must be Krishna's plan. Otherwise, why would it happen to me like this? It's not normal that to do such, I never do something like that. But something for a reason, not this must be Krishna's plan behind. And it was actually Krishna's plan behind. And the two purposes for this to happen. One purpose was to detach Maharaj Parikshit from being a king, being family, relative, friends, and all servants, and all this material world, to get detached from it. Jai Shri Bhagavan ki Bihari ki Jai, Janagade Subhadramai ki Jai, Bhavita ki Jai. And the other reason was, so he will hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Shukadev Goswami. So these two purposes were there. Krishna was feeling separation from his pure devotee Maharaj Parikshit. Parikshit Maharaj from childhood, he was protected by Krishna in the womb of his mother, Uttara. I mean, Ashwatthama threw Brahmastra to kill Maharaj Parikshit. He was the last descendant of the Pandavas. And he wanted to destroy the whole dynasty. But Uttara felt she was having miscarriage, so she prayed to Krishna, even if I die, it doesn't matter, but please protect my child. So Krishna entered her womb and destroyed the Brahmastra. And the boy already, his body was burned. Krishna renewed his body, gave him a new body. Like that. So since childhood, he saw the Lord in the womb, he became very attracted, attached to the Lord. So then Parikshit means he was a good, I will say, an observer, very, very, direct to the point. So whenever he put his eye, he will see Krishna. So although Kali is full of faults everywhere, there is one very good thing about Kali Yuga. And that is just by chanting the holy name of the Lord and avoiding sinful activities, one can get the highest perfection of spiritual life. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he forgave Jagai Madai with one condition: don't sin again and chant the holy name of Krishna. Simple. Prabhupada did the same formula all over the world. He preached to the people, chant the holy name of Krishna, give up sinful activities. What is the difficulty? What is the difficulty? When one becomes devotee, it becomes easy to give up bad habits, especially those for sinful activity are very, very damaging to the spiritual life, So we should be very, very careful. Prabhupada said the main qualification of a devotee is that he avoid committing sinful activity. He's very alert. One is the first important quality of a devotee. He's very careful not to fall down to these things. So Srimad Bhagavatam starts with the narration of Maharaj Parikshit receiving the age of Kali, chastising the Kali personified. We should not confuse the goddess Kali with the person, man, Kali. Two different persons, different personalities. So that means all devotees home or temple around the world, there is no Kali Yuga. Because Kali Yuga means the sport activities. And the place there are no those sport activities is not affected by Kali Yuga. So Prabhupada is creating an oasis. You say oasis? Oasis. Oasis is a Spanish word, oasis. Oasis in the desert of Kali Yuga. So it's a wonderful thing that Prabhupada actually did. All over the world, the devotees of the Lord are trained, to have a sinless life and to serve the Lord, to chant the holy name and help other people also. That's a very important point here in this verse, that the devotee should be also compassionate to those who are careless and foolish, who let themselves to be carried away by the illusion of Kali Yuga. There is a song by Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Kali Yuga Pavana Kali Bhayanashana Sri Satchinandana Gauhe. There is no reason to fear anymore Kali Yuga because the savor of Kali Yuga appeared as Satchinanda, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He Kali Yuga Pavana. So this is in Kali Yuga it is said there is 10,000 years of spirituality that Lord Chaitanya brought with him. For 10,000 years, people have this great opportunity to take the movement Lord Chaitanya be saved from Kali Yuga. If they do it, of course. Kali Yuga will continue growing, people get degraded and more, but those who follow Lord Chaitanya's teaching and his descendant in disciplined succession, they are saved from this bad influence of Kali Yuga. So, it's a golden era within Kali Yuga. In the Varaha Purana, it is said that in Kali Yuga, the Westerners will become Brahmanas and have Brahmin trade, sacred trade, and reach Srimad Bhagavatam. And it is a prediction in Varaha Purana. So it is happening, it is real, it is true. So you have any comment or question? Yes.
A question, Maharaj, just about what you just said, this golden age within Kali Yuga.
Yes.
And is it that there will always be non-devotees or karmis, or will at some point everyone in the world be a devotee?
That's a nice dream. It's a nice dream. Prabhupada said even if 1% of the population becomes Krishna conscious, the planet becomes like Vaikuntha. Even 1% of the whole population. So it is a nice desire that everybody become devotee. But we know it is not real. Because there always be people who don't want to be Krishna conscious. The free will is always there. They can take advantage of it or not, it's up to them. Prabhupada once said to the devotees who asked him, Prabhupada, if everybody become Krishna consciousness, what will happen to society? The society will collapse and everything. Prabhupada said, and why you want to maintain this so-called civilization? This so-called civilization. Gandhi was asked, what do you think about Western civilization? He said, I think it will be a good idea. It's not a civilization yet. Maybe in the future it can be a good idea, Western civilization. You can't call it civilization, where they kill the cows, where a lot of intoxication. What kind of civilization is that? No civilization, barbary. What do you call it? Barbary. Barbaric civilization. Any other questions?
You mentioned about
Purana, yes.
Purana and the prediction in that.
Yes.
So I have actually often heard that there are predictions about this in Bhavishya.
The Bhavishya Purana speak about Jesus Christ.
But I have also read that Bhavishya Purana may not be so authentic or whatever.
Not Bhavishya itself is authentic. Maybe the translation is not so authentic.
Okay.
The translation in English they made of it maybe not so 100% accurate. But the book itself is of course, is a Purana, is bona fide. Yes?
Maharaj, I have a question about medication in terms of, I was thinking about intoxications and how nowadays that marijuana is legal because it's a medication, and they now do what's called microdosing on psilocybin, for medication. And I'm just wondering if you could sort of explain the difference between medication and intoxication, because some people really do need medication.
Well, of course, there's a big difference between taking drugs for health reasons, just for having a trip, so to speak, or for sense gratification. Of course, that can also be abused. We know people taking medication, they can become addicted to the medication, so you have to be careful with that too, There are like some what you call, for coughing, syrup for coughing. And And as one brand has so much alcohol in it. If you drink the whole bottle, you become drunk. So advise only take one spoon.
That actually happened in India.
Yeah.
There's a medication for stomach issues.
Yeah.
It's an Ayurvedic Drakshasa. It's about 30% alcohol.
Alcohol.
So when the government put prohibition, all of a sudden all those bottles were gone from the shelf.
Everybody buying the coffee syrup. Everybody start coughing suddenly.
One impactful point was in the story, which really touches me, that Parikshit understood it's God's will.
Yes.
And how to understand that it's God's will? Okay, I have to revert back. So that, how he understood that it's God's will.
Very good question. How to know it is God's will when something happened to us? In the case of Maharaj Parikshit, he understood, he accepted that what happened to him was Krishna's plan for him. He understood because he's a very advanced devotee. So if we have doubt, we should consult with advanced devotee. They can tell us in our particular situation if that's happening to us. For example, Prabhupada was told by an astrologer that he will become one of the very rich men in India. And he thought, my guru asked me if I get money, print books, so I'm going to become rich and print many books to please my guru. But then his laboratory, and he was a pharmaceutical laboratory, he was manufacturing his own product, got robbed, Thieves came in, they robbed all the valuable equipment, so he was broken, completely broken. So he consulted with his godbrother, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, is this Krishna's plan that's happening to me? And his godbrother, definitely it is Krishna's plan. He must have some other plan for you. And it's a fact, Prabhupada then, he left whatever was left to his sons, grown-up sons, to take over. He retired to Vrindavan. Eventually he took sannyas, came to the West, and in a few years he became very rich in the sense he got so many temples, property all over the world, and millions of books printed, big mansion. For example, the Troy Temple was a very Fisher mansion, very rich mansion. I visited there a few years ago, and they wanted to buy it from the owner, and Prabhupada told him, we are beggars, why you don't give us free this house? And they don't know I need money, Okay, we can offer you cash in hand, $300,000 right now. I have to think about that, say to them. Okay, think about it. I'm here only a couple days. So Prabhupada consulted his disciple, Ambarish, and another one Mataji, I don't remember her name right now. She's also from rich family. And they agreed to put each one $150,000 to buy the house. The man came at night drunk with two girls. He said, okay, give me the money, I sell the house. He sold the house. Prabhupada said, one room of that house cost $300,000. Even the bathroom have the handles made of gold. Imagine. The mansion has a river, you can come by boat. Like that. And next day, Prabhupada got the mansion, he left. He didn't stay in the mansion.
Expert. Prabhupada was very expert at all this. How to handle all this.
Yeah. I mean to say, he was very detached from. He got all this thing, but he knew Krishna is the proprietor of everything. So the astrologer prediction happened in a different way. We may have a plan, but Krishna may have a different plan. May happen differently, whatever it is. But anyway, the most important thing, in whatever situation in life, We should always take shelter of Krishna, pray for His protection, His mercy. That's the best thing to do in all circumstances, in any situation. Very good, thank you so much for coming. Srila Bhata, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Lord Premanandi, Hari Bol.
So there will be light prasadam served in the full prasadam hall.
Hare Krishna. Ananta Rupa.